Okay, so this video is just going to break down the activities a little bit more. So the first activity that you're going to be doing is looking at regular and irregular polygons. So you're going to be sorting them. So as I said before, a regular polygon has equal angles and sides. That means that all of the sides and angles within the shape must be the same for the shape to be a regular polygon. Okay, so I've got a little selection here, and we're going to be putting them into regular and irregular. So if we have a little look at one together, and then you can have a little think about which side they need to go in. So starting with this triangle here, so you can see that I've got two different triangles. We're going to start with this one here. Okay, so this is an equilateral triangle. Okay, all of our sides are the same length. Now you can use a ruler to double check if you'd like. We're not going to be worrying about measuring the angles today, but we know that all of the sides are the same, so our angles must be the same as well. Okay, so that is our equilateral triangle. All of the sides are the same, so that means that it must go under regular. So have a little look at these other shapes here and have a little think about which side they would need to go. So pause the video, and then once you think you've done it, resume it, and we'll see if we can go through it together. Okay, so looking at my other shapes, I'm going to go straight for my other triangle. So compared to my first triangle, I can see straight away this bottom side is much shorter than the other two. So this is our isosceles triangle. So if it's not an equilateral triangle, it's not regular. So this one has got to go over here in irregular. Now this one here, our trapezium, okay, again you can see straight away that this top side is much shorter than the bottom. We don't need to look at every single side, because as soon as one of them is different, then it's not regular. So that one's going to sit there. We already discussed in the first video the difference between a square and a rectangle. So our square is definitely regular, and our rectangle is irregular. And this pentagon here is a nice regular pentagon. All of the sides are the same length. Okay, so here we are looking at a 3D shape, and it's what's called a 2D representation of a 3D shape. Now it's not the 3D shape as an actual 3D shape, not like this box here. This is an actual 3D shape, and you can see that. Okay, so that's a 3D shape, and this is a 2D representation of a 3D shape. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Okay, and we need to look at which shapes make up this 3D shape. So which 2D polygons can we recognize here in this picture? So I'm going to bring it a little bit closer for you to have a look at. Okay, so you've got this shape here, and you need to think about which shapes it's made up of. Now some of its sides might be made up of the same shape. So what you're going to do is have a look and see which 2D shapes you can recognize. Now, thinking about the fact that these dotted lines are because if this shape was made of glass, for example, you might be able to see the shape of it, but you can't necessarily see that this is, so these are the front sides, and then at the back you can't necessarily see those sides. So you can see the edges of the 3D shape by drawing dotted lines. So pause the video here and think about which two 2D shapes you can see. Okay, so with this particular shape, we don't need to worry about the name of it, but if you did know the name of it, then it would give you a bit of a clue, because this is a square-based pyramid. So at the bottom there, the base of the 3D shape is made up of a square, okay? And then each of its sides, so it then has 4 sides. It's got 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? 4 sides, and you can see this shape here quite clearly is a triangle. So the two 2D shapes that this 3D shape is made up of is a square and a triangle. Okay, so that is the tasks that you are going to be going through today. And then you've also got some reasoning, and there is some support there that can help you with how you can answer your reasoning question clearly. Okay, so I could say, I know that this 3D shape is made up of a square and triangles, okay, 1 square and 4 triangles, because I can see that the shape on the bottom is a regular square with equal sides and equal angles, and then the shapes that make up the sides are triangles, because I know that any 3-sided shape is a triangle. Okay, so work through the questions now, have a go at them, have a go at the extensions, and then mark your work afterwards.